What up, where's your boy Chuck Wick, ill aka Challz Brown, back again with another Talking Facts. But first I want to ask y'all, you good? Alright, man, your boy Tariq from Power, man. Your boy Tariq, he done went out on a limb. He said, man, Timbaland, Swizzbeats, and Jay-Z is all sellouts. All three of them. Why? Because basically, so everybody loved Verzuz, right? Timbaland and Swizzbeats, which we all knew it was coming to. They was probably gonna sell that thing. They've been at it for a year, and end of the day, these dudes, to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna tell you, I'm not even gonna hold you. These dudes with big money think about nothing else but getting more big money. And these corporate guys know that. They come in, they see the culture do something big, they see the culture do something that starts to generate a lot of big money, and they start throwing dollars at it so they can take it and buy it and control it, right? So, a lot of people, I put the video up about Jay-Z selling Tidal, and a lot of people like, that's a boss move, and in business, in a business mind, that is a boss move. You buy stuff to sell it, right? Which is what Timbaland and Swizzbeats did. They did Verzuz, started it from nothing. It was a humble beginning. Them two was like, we're gonna go head up, and then they started bringing in other people and doing all these different, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, battles, right? Because Verzuz at the end of the day became less about battling and more about celebrating, right? So they came with this situation where they were pitting the best 20 songs, because they had to narrow it down because it started getting too long. The best 20 songs, you had RZA versus Primo, all these amazing battles. Brandy versus Monica, and Jagged Edge versus 112, Keith Sweat versus... Who did Keith Sweat versus? I don't even remember who Keith Sweat versed. But you get these amazing moments in time where you're reliving years of just amazing music, just amazing times. And it was a beautiful moment during quarantine, during COVID. You had two things to look forward to: Verzuz and DJ D-Nice. D-Nice blew up. He had Michelle Obama on his live. Like DJ D-Nice, shout out to D-Nice. He changed the game forever with DJs. Now it's all about the DJ again, which it should have always been. And he made it possible to get through this quarantine without wanting to kill yourself. All right? So, with that being said, we have Verzuz come along. Beautiful moment in hip hop, and they've been talking for a while. It's been sounding like they've been talking about making this thing corporate for a while. I think corporations already had put money into it, but now they sold it to Thriller, whatever that is, Thriller. I believe it's some type of app or something. I don't know what it was. And they're going to sit on the board of Thriller. Now, in jumps Tariq, right? Tariq St. Patrick from Power Book 2 and Power Book 1. Son of Ghost. He says that these dudes are sellouts. He said, cool move, bro, but at the end of the day, y'all sellouts. Then he came back, doubled down, and goes, yeah, y'all can't come at me with that because I said the same thing about Jay-Z selling Tidal. Why we can't just never have nothing? And this might shock y'all, bro. This gonna shock ya. And it is what it is. Y'all can say what y'all want in the comments, but I can't even disagree with this kid, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. First of all, the word sellout to me, I don't use that word because I don't think anybody doing a come up is selling out, right? You got to define sellout very clearly before you call somebody a sellout. To me, sellout is normally a bad thing. To me, sellout means you went and folded to pressure from other races or genres or whatever, or just people that's not in your lane. You selling out to a corporate machine, right? For profit, which in the end of the day hurts other people that were riding with you in the first place. So people that may have been promoting you, behind you, going at, you know, just in this instance, Verzuz, no matter how you spin it, is a black experience. It's all black artists versus black artists. I don't think I've seen one Spanish versus, one white versus, one Asian. I don't think I've seen anything but black people going at each other in the name of the culture and urban music, city music, just black music, right? I think they even did like Dionne Warwick at some point, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no age limit. It is no genre limit. It is black music. Stevie Wonder, all that. So when you say, I'm going to sell that to a corporation, I'm going to sell that movement. For one thing, I think they kind of know that it can't go forever, right? So they've done this for at least a year. They've got some. I can't really think of too many more huge battles that need to go on. And some of them battles didn't even make no sense. Like Snoop versus DMX made no sense in the scheme of things. You got to think Snoop may have been in the game for 10 years before we even heard of DMX. It was a very long time. Snoop done had several platinum albums before we even heard of DMX. I don't know how that was any type of battle was supposed to happen, but it happened, right? So they had to know it's only but a matter of time that they're running out of big name battles, and a lot of the lesser battles are about to be what we're going to start seeing. So with that being said, they're like, let's get out while the getting's good. We got all these battles that have already occurred. How many more other than Jay-Z versus Drake? You know what I'm saying? How many more big battles are we going to see? So we're going to get out. We got the money. We got it raised up. Like, let's turn this corporate. Let them have it. And that is the textbook definition of selling out. When you take a black experience, build it up, get the whole community involved. Everybody's tweeting about this. They're Facebooking it. They're talking. They're sitting down in groups of people watching it. And then you take that whole unique experience, bottle it up, put a price tag on it, and sell it to the corporate heads, executives, right? You just effectively, no matter how you want to spin it. I know Swizzbeats going to come back and say whatever. Timbaland going to come back and say whatever. It is a sellout. You sold out. And the same with Jay. I don't usually, so this is what I do. I understand Jay a lot. A lot of stuff he does, it all makes sense. Even this makes sense with the title. I understand that. But at the end of the day, when you built Tidal for this exclusive movement of artists and fair treatment and fair play and fair pay and all this stuff, and then a couple years later, you sell it to a bigger, much more formulated, conglomerate, corporate structure and back away, and then you yourself join the board of the structure. It's no other way to sell it. You sold out. You sold out with that. Now, as a whole person, no, you're not a sellout. Jay-Z's not a sellout. As a human being, no, he's not a sellout. But in this situation, and probably a couple others, I'd never call this man a sellout, because that would be degrading in a way where you're saying that he gave up, he gave up on his own people. That's what, in essence, sellout really means you're giving up on your people, right? To get money for yourself, blah, 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 blah. Now, I wouldn't say, you can't say Tidal is giving up on your people, but at the end of the day, it's on the backs of us, and it was by us, it was by you. This was something you purchased to make it for artists of your own, race and nationality or whatever, and you decided to pretty much just put a price tag on it, right? So by the fact of you putting that price tag on it, you pretty much decided it needs now to be in the hands of something bigger than you, something more corporate, more expansive, that now it's in the hands of somebody that's going to manipulate it however they want to manipulate it, but it's only for the dollars. When you say corporate, that means dollars. That means shareholders. That means we're going to do certain things that are going to go against free will, because it's going to be, you can't go against free will when it's for shareholders. Your first and foremost responsibility is to the shareholders and the people who own part or all of the company, right? It's a sellout. It's 100%. There's no way to spin it. You can try. I can sit here for hours and try to spin it and make it like it is a sellout move. To sell Tidal to Jack Dorsey of Twitter and Square is a sellout. I don't care what Jack Dorsey does with it at the point. After he get it, he can do whatever he wants with it. He can ball up, hit delete on it, and just delete the whole shit. He can do whatever he wants because it's his. He owns it now. Jay-Z's going to sit on the board of Square. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, Tariq was like, why can't we have nothing? And he's 100% right. I used to hate Tariq on Power. I was like, I can't stand this kid. Why can't they get this kid out of here? Like, let's kill him off the show. But now Tariq saying the realest stuff than anybody at this point. And I know a lot of people not going to agree with it because for one, it's Jay. And I understand now. I'm a big fan of Jay, and I like a lot of his moves too. And for two, it's Tariq. It's going to be Jay versus Tariq. A lot of people not even going to take Tariq. They're not even going to take it serious just because of the simple fact of who is saying it. Even though you cannot deny, yes, billionaires do moves like this, but every billionaire, Jay not supposed to be the average billionaire, right? Jay is the Black Power Messiah, born on the same day Fred Hampton died. This is that Jay. So it's not the same. This not that. This not the same. You can't hold yourself to the standards of those 80-year-old white billionaires whose whole thing is to snatch money, corporate greed. You're not supposed to be that. You're supposed to snatch money and disperse money back to us. You know what I'm saying? And for the benefit of all of us, not just yourself. So when I say it is 100% a sellout situation, it is 100% a sellout move. Now, is it 100% bad? No, it's not. He didn't do some devilish, fiendish, no. Timbaland, Swizzbeats, and Jay, these aren't devilish, fiendish things, but I do see a pattern starting to come, right? Where Tariq is right. We're not holding on to the stuff we're creating. Now it's all about build it up, which that's what they do. Tech companies all do that. They build up an app or they build up a website or they build up some type of service. When it gets to a certain level, they sell it. That's how business is done, right? But we can't afford to always sell what we create. We can't always do that. We can't always, at the end of the day, everything that we have will end up being in the hands of someone else at some point. So it's like, so tomorrow we build up something on Instagram and Twitter, something that only we have. All of us are flocking to it. It comes really big. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's in on it. And then here comes the corporation. Oh, let me give you $100 million for that. And there it is. It's right there. You give it to them. You sell it. You sit on the board. Sitting on the board is nothing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're one vote out of 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Like, sitting on the board is, okay, you got a desk, you got a card. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting on the board. Your decision is one of many. You ain't the head of the board. You on the board. You ain't making no decisions. You just putting your input. You ever see that movie with Puffy and them, where they're in the room and he telling them they better figure out how they gonna sell them records, how they gonna sell them, how they gonna make that money for the company? Because he's good. He like, I'm good. Y'all need me. Y'all need to make this money. That's what sitting on the board is, bro. You're just sitting there putting your input in. So with that being said, as you start to understand that sitting on the board stuff is only beneficial for the person on the board's pockets. Nothing else. So again, I'm feeling like if we keep selling our thing, we keep selling verses, we keep selling the titles, and we ain't gonna have nothing. Yeah, one dude, two dudes got a pocket full of money out of it, but at the end of the day, the culture lost again. You know what I'm saying? We lost again, and we right back to square zero, not owning nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, shouts out to Tariq. Tariq was right. Tariq was right. It's the power move. It's not a power move. It's a power move for the seller, but for the entire race, it's not. It's a dummy move, and it's a sellout. And I want dudes to start reconsidering always selling stuff. Like, it's like, oh, let's sell it. I see a trend where it's going to be looked at as, oh, damn, he made a move. Like, oh, he sold it for 100. He bought it for 30 million. He sold it for 100 million. They took, which is what you're supposed to do in most situations. But sometimes, bro, let's own this stuff, bro. Let's own this stuff. We ain't got to sell BET to Viacom. We ain't always got to do that. And I get it. It's hard to maintain the stock value of these companies and to keep the margins up. I get all that. But that's what you do it for. Because it's hard. It ain't never going to be easy. All right, so shout out to the people who agree. If you don't agree, I want to hear that too. Put that in the comments, man. Tariq, you was right, man. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna have to go ahead and tell, you know, Jay and Timba and Swizz, we love what y'all did in essence, but y'all sold out, man. Man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, hit the notify button, follow your boy on social media, man. I'm out here. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.